Before we begin any book lessons on Excel, I'd like to show you the magic of Excel. And I say magic because that's what it feels like I'm doing when I perform some of these steps. Excel has many built-in features that will save you time and effort. And I want you to do these with me, so go ahead and click on Microsoft Excel icon on your desktop. If you don't have that, you can click on the Start button and type in Excel, and it should pop up for you to open. Three vocabulary terms that are important to know are a column. The column is a vertical pillar. It goes from top to bottom, and the one that is selected right now is called A. And then you also have a column called B, C, etc. And then the second term that you need to know is row. And the row goes across left to right or horizontal. And these are called by their number, 1, 2, 3, etc. The third term, vocabulary term that is very important to know is the cell. So each one of these rectangular boxes is what we call our cell, and they are identified by their column position and the row position. So if I clicked here, then this cell would be called A1. This cell would be called B1. If I went down, this cell would be called B2. This one would be D3, C3, and if I go all the way over here, this would be J11. Okay, so let's go back and everyone click on cell A1 and go ahead and type the number 0 in that cell. And then let's click in cell A2, and I want you to type the number 1. And now go ahead and click on cell A1 and hold the mouse down, the mouse click down, and then pull down so that you have selected both cell A1 and cell A2 and release your mouse. And now I would like for you to take your insertion point and place it over top of this tiny little black box in the bottom right hand corner of the selected cells until your mouse cursor turns into a black crosshair. Now click on the box and hold your mouse click down, and then this is called our fill handle, and we're going to drag that down, and you can see to the right how Excel is numbering those for us. And let's say we want to go to the number 18. We'll stop there and release, and we know that Excel has filled that in for us just like magic. Now something else that Excel can do is it can copy a particular number. So let's go ahead and go back to cell A1 and click on that. And this time when we grab that fill handle with our black crosshair and we click and hold down our mouse, we're going to go to the right and fill up the row and just repeat that same number, which in this case is 0. And once we release, there you go. Excel has filled that in for us. We can do the same thing with the number 3 and number 10, etc. And it's like magic. Okay, some other things that Excel can do is you can click anywhere you'd like to in your spreadsheet. If you type in the day of the week, let's say we want to start with Monday, we can click on that and use our drag fill handle and we can use our fill handle and drag it down, and it will fill in the days of the weeks for us, and it will even continue on, and you could have as many weeks and days of the weeks as you'd like, and it'll do that for you. And of course you can also do that across the row. Okay, so that's pretty neat. Saves a lot of time, especially when you're doing days of the month. I'm sorry, months of the year. So let's go ahead and type in January, and let's see how Excel helps us out. Oh, there we go. January all the way to December. But I want two full years. So if I keep dragging, there you go. And of course, Excel is nice to do that across our row if we wanted. You do not have to start at January. Let's say your year starts on May, and you can just drag that across as well. Okay, I'm going to scroll down so I have some little more room to play here, to work here, I should say. Some other things is that Excel recognizes patterns. So for whatever reason, I want to put two different people's names, such as Marcia and Bobby. So I can select both of those, and it will just repeat that for me. Something else you can do are the numbers in Excel will recognize after you select. That's what you want. Oh, nope. It wants to do something else. It wants to average those. So just scratch that. But it does do patterns, is my point. Something else that it will do is the time. So let's say it's 11 o'clock. And let's pull that down. Apparently my Excel is set up, my time is set up in 2400 hour time. So we can change that if we so choose. And I will teach you how to do that in future lessons. But it will do times, it will do dates. There's all kinds of fun things that it will do. Now here's just a little bit of trivia. How many columns across do you think Excel has? And it would take a long time to scroll all the way over and find out. So I will just tell you, there are 16,384 columns available to us. Now, something else that is interesting to know is that these titles of the columns and the titles of the rows, they won't print out unless you instruct Excel to print those out when you do print your hard copy. Now, how many rows are there? I know that there's over 16,000 columns, but how many rows do you think there are? And the answer is 1,048,576. So these documents can contain a lot of data, and they have a lot of neat tips and tricks that we can do. Before we get started on Chapter 1, you need to make sure that you do have your formula bar visible. This is the formula bar across the top. If you don't have that, go to the top and click View tab. And in the Show group on your ribbon, check mark the formula bar. And there you have that. And I will see you back with Chapter 1.